Coming up on USDS, a brand new season of Disney Baseball will start, with the Boston Tiptons against the Stevens Point Porcupines. Have fun watching.
Good evening, folks, and let's welcome you to a brand new season of Disney Baseball here on my channel, USDS. And by the way, we're seeing now the first batter on the mound, and that's Matty Fitzpatrick from the Boston Tiptons. And speaking of brand new, the Boston Tiptons takes on the newcomers Stevens Point Porcupines. And speaking of the newcomers, here the offensive lineup from the newcomers: Early Wishart, Lacey Salinger, Maddie Rooney, Aubrey Benfield, Alex Chu, Eswit Stanislavski, Cassie, Olivia Rooney, and Josh Wilcox. And now Valerie Wishart is the first one in the batter's box against Maddie Fitzpatrick. Here comes the pitch, and she falls off the ball to the right. Oh, 1. No, here comes the delivery for another pitch, and she falls off another ball to the right. Here comes the delivery, swung, and a ground ball, and she didn't get that far with that type of hit. Because she haven't even reached the first base, as you certainly saw. And now, who's next in the batter's box from the Porcupines? We'll see it in a few moments. It's Lacey Salinger against Maddie Fitzpatrick right now. Here comes the pitch. Swung and a foul ball to the right. 0-1. Comes another pitch, and a two-seam fastball went a little bit off target. She had to place her two-seam fastball more on the left side in order to get in the strike zone. And if you're new at baseball, the strike zone is between the elbow and knee joint of the batter. And a few moments ago, Lacey Salinger made it on the first base, I think. No, that was not the case, sorry. My bad. And now I've had another batter in the batter's box from Stevens Point Porcupines, and she has dropped the pitch down to the ground, and she has made the second base already. And I think it was Maddie Rooney. Very good hit from her, by the way. And I've had Aubrey Benfield in the batter's box against Maddie Fitzpatrick. Here comes the delivery! And she dropped down the pitch to the ground like Maddie Rooney a few moments ago. And Maddie Rooney puts the first point for her team on the scoreboard. 1-0 lead for Stevens Point Porcupines. Yeah. As I told you a few moments ago, Aubrey Benfield has dropped down the pitch from Maddie Fitzpatrick down to the ground, and it was a good hit from her, by the way, also. Like Maddie Rooney a few moments ago, and yeah, Maddie Rooney has used it and has made it over all 4 bases in only 2 attempts. And yeah, by the way, there was a first strike in this game from Matty Fitzpatrick. Great execution on the two-seam fastball, a tough one to hit. For the batter in the batter's box from the Stevens Point Porcupines, and now a swing and a ground ball, and she wasn't fast enough to reach the first base before the Tiptons has made her out. Yeah, that's too bad. And now we've had Bob in the batter's box. It's now turn for the Boston Tiptons on the bat, and Josh Wilcox is the pitcher on the mound from the Stevens Point Porcupines. And now here comes the pitch from him, and was a first strike from him as well. Great execution on the two-seam fastball. Tough one to hit for Bob. Now here comes the third delivery. And Bob is fouled off the ball to the right. 1-2. Now another pitch is coming up right now, and another foul ball from Bob. Here comes the delivery, and another foul ball. Yeah. Seems that Bob falls off the ball over and over again, and yeah, and this time Bob watches that flyby. Has to set up his next pitch a little bit higher in order to get in the strike zone like that, but Bob has fouled another ball off. 2-2. And another ball, this time from Josh Wilcox, and it was not a bad pitch, but this pitch got off a mark a little bit, but now a swung and a fly ball, and but the ball got wide in the glove of a center fielder. No problem to catch it. Was not really a problem to caught that type of ball. Now I've had Marion Mouseby in the batter's box against Josh Wilcox. Let's see whether he can hit the spot of his pitch like that, but he falls off the ball to the right. Now it's time for the 0-1 pitch from Josh Wilcox, and this one's a little bit too low. Like I said a few moments ago, he has to set up this next pitch a little bit higher in order to get in the strike zone like that, but oof. Mouseby has reached the spot of his pitch, but directly in the... But as you saw, his pitch got directly in the glove of a first baseman from the Stevens Point Porcupines, an easy one to catch it, and an easy out against Mouseby for the Porcupines as well. Now for another batter in the batter's box against Josh Wilcox. Swung on the ground ball, and he hasn't made it in time to reach the first base, and that's the end of the first inning. The Porcupines in the lead with 1-0, and now it's heading over to the second inning. And now Cassie is the first one in the batter's box in the second inning against Matty Fitzpatrick. Here comes the delivery, and she watches that fly by. And now here comes the 1-0 pitch from Matty Fitzpatrick. Nice pitch, a nice hit, but it gets fouled off to the right. Now here comes the 1-1 pitch, and a second strike for her in this game. Tough one to hit for Cassie. Wasn't very well placed shot into the strike zone from Maddie Fitzpatrick a few moments ago. And Cassie falls another ball off to the right. And this time she has missed the right bottom corner of the strike zone. Maddie Fitzpatrick, 2-2. And Cassie haven't even need to swing for that. Now one more ball and Cassie will get the whistle for the walk. So don't screw it up, Maddie Fitzpatrick. And foul ball to the right. And there was the first strikeout in the game for Maddie Fitzpatrick. Right in the spot where it hurts the batter. In the bottom corner. The bottom right corner of the strike zone. And now here comes the first pitch against another batter, and a swung and a fly ball, but that. Yeah, and that's what I thought. The ball got directly in the glove from the center field of the Boston Tiptons. Now I've had Olivia Rooney in the batter's box against Maddie Fitzpatrick. Here comes the delivery. And I believe that feel better for Stevens Point Porcupines didn't know exactly where the ball went a few moments ago, but that time she has hit the spot of the pitch from Maddie Fitzpatrick, and it got dropped on the ground, and she has made the first base already. And now we've had Josh Wilcox in the batter's box against Maddie Fitzpatrick. Here comes the delivery. A swung and a ground ball. The center fielder gets picked up from a center fielder, and Josh Wilcox has made the first base, and the female runner has made the second base already. So it could maybe a chance to increase their lead up to 2-0 for the Porcupines. Now now it's Valerie Wishart's turn against Maddie Fitzpatrick. Here comes the delivery, and she dropped down the pitch to the ground, and it could be this 2-0 for the Stevens Point Porcupines, and that's the case. 2-0 lead for the Porcupines right now. I didn't know where it was actually from the Stevens Point Porcupines that has made the second run for her team, and now they had still 2 more runners on a first and second base. And now it's Lacey Salinger's turn against Maddie Fitzpatrick. Here comes the delivery. A swung and a fly ball. Let's see how far she can get with that, and not that far, because the ball was caught from the center field of the Boston Tiptons, and the first half of the second inning is now over, and it's now the turn of the Boston Tiptons on the bat. Kirby Morris against Josh Wilcox right now. Here comes the pitch. Swung on the ground ball. Gets picked up from a center fielder of the Stevens Point Porcupines, and Kirby Morris has reached the first base already. And besides, pitcher Josh Wilcox just managed to get out of the way from the pitch of Kirby Morris, as you certainly saw in the replay a few moments ago. And now it's Skippy in the batter's box against Josh Wilcox, and it was a good execution on a two-seam fastball, but Josh Wilcox has missed the strike zone by only a few inches. Now that was another ball. He has missed the strike zone by only a few inches again, and one more ball, and Skippy got the whistle for the walk. But that's not the case right now. Good execution on the curveball, tough one to hit for Skippy. But besides, Skippy swung his bat too early. And now a ground ball is on. And if they make it quick, they can make a double play. In order to make two players of the Boston Tiptons out at the same time. Yeah, but that was not the case. And the player is still on the base, and now we've had George Forges in the batter's box against Josh Wilcox. Here comes the delivery, and George Forges watches that fly by. Nothing, and strike one against him. 1-1. Good execution on the fastball, and George Forsyth has swung his bat too early. Now a 1-1 pitch is coming up right now, and he falls off the ball to the right. Now comes the 1-2 pitch. Ooh. And this pitch got through the legs of the catcher. It was very funny, by the way. And George Forsyth has fallen off the ball to the right. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and another ball. One more ball, and George Forsyth will get the whistle for the walk. So Josh Wilcox shouldn't screw this up. And I meant the next pitch with that, and he didn't do it. But George Forges has made it on the first base, and another one is on the second base from the Boston Tiptons. And we've had Marcus Little. This was against Josh Wilcox. Here comes the delivery, and it was definitely to see for Marcus Little that this type of pitch will get off the mark. And he has off the ball to the right, and now he has hit the spot of his pitch. Swung in the ground ball. And one of the Boston Tiptons is now on the third base, so it could be a huge opportunity to shorten the result to 2-1. And if the next batter from Boston Tiptons will hit the spot of the pitch from Josh Wilcox, it would be definitely the case. I'm completely sure about that. And now it's Arvin Hockhauser's turn against Josh Wilcox. So one thing to do is to hit the spot of his pitch from Josh Wilcox like that, but he's fouled off the ball to the right. Now another attempt for Arvin Hockhauser, and yeah, he watches it fly by. I think it was definitely to see for him that this ball went too low. In other words, this ball wouldn't reach the strike zone. And it was a strike a few moments ago, one more strike, and Arvin Hockhauser will be out. And it was not a bad two-seam fastball at all, but he's missed the strike zone by a few inches, and So no score is no score, and now one more ball, and Arvin Hockhauser will get the whistle for the walk, and that's the case. Arvin Hockhauser he's got the whistle to walk one base further because of a mistake from Josh Wilcox. Yeah. He screwed up his pitches, and yeah, it's a punishment. It's a punishment for that. And then now a swing and a ground ball, and that's the 2-1 for the... Oh, and no, total 2-2 for the Boston Tiptons. The score's even right now. Yeah. And what I want to say a few moments ago, Josh Wilcox has screwed up his pitches against Arvin Hockhauser, and yeah, the punishment for that is that you got the whistle for the walk against you. And now it could be the lead for the Boston Tiptons right now, and that's the case. Because of a very well good hit from Bob. And Marcus Little was a man that has used the benefit and has brought his team in the lead for the first time in this game. 3-2 now for the Boston Tiptons. Now Marion Mosby against Josh Wilcox. Ground ball, and this third baseman has got some problems to pick it up from the ground, and that could be a big and due to this mishap, it could be another big opportunity for the Boston Tiptons right now to increase their lead up to 4-2, because one runner's on a third base right now. And now, if Taylor will hit the spot of the pitch from Josh Wilcox, it would be definitely the case. Ground ball is on. And now it's now the 4-2 for the Boston Tiptons. 5-2 for Boston Tiptons. 5-2 for Boston Tiptons. Wow, what a comeback for the Boston Tiptons in the second inning. They now crush the newcomers. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, literally. And now they had another runner on the third base, so they could make the 6th run in the second inning if Curry Morris will hit the spot of a pitch from Josh Wilcox. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. And yeah, Curry Morris watches it fly by. He has seen it. His F-off pitch wouldn't went into the strike zone. Now it's time for the 2-0 pitch. Yeah. That type of pitch was way off target, and another for the walk. In benefit of the Boston Tiptons. Now I've had Skippy in the batter's box against Josh Wilcox. Ground ball is on right now, and it is at 6-2 for the Boston Tiptons, and now the 7-2 for the Boston Tiptons. And the domination of the Boston Tiptons doesn't take an end right now in the second inning. And now I must say that the Stevens Point Porcupines are getting creamed right now in the second inning. Josh Wilcox, ground ball is on from Skippy, and they've made them out because he doesn't make it in time to reach the first base. And now it's finally the end of a second inning for the Stevens Point Porcupines, because like I said, I got creamed right now in the second inning, but there are plenty more innings to go. We are just in the third inning, and now Maddie Rooney with a ground ball, and the center fielder has got a problem to pick it up, and that could be the chance for Maddie Rooney to get very far and made a run in only one attempt. Great hit from Maddie Rooney, and due to the mishap from a center fielder that has got the problem to pick it up, Maddie Rooney has used the benefit and has made a run in only one attempt. Great run and great hit from Maddie Rooney, 7-3. Now Maddie Fitzpatrick, here comes the pitch. Swung on the ground ball, let's see how far she can get with that. And she hasn't made it in time to reach the first base. With that type of hits, it wouldn't be so easy to get far. With that. I've had Alex Chu in the batter's box against Maddie Fitzpatrick. Here comes the delivery. And it seems that Alex Chu wasn't really sure whether I should swing for that or not. And this time Maddie Fitzpatrick has missed a screwball pitch by a few inches. Now she had to place this pitch a little bit more on the right in order to get in the strike zone, and now Alex Chu has hit the spot of her pitch but falls off the ball to the left. And now it's time for the 1-2 pitched from Maddie Fitzpatrick, a swung on the ground ball. Let's see how far she can get with that. And she's now safe on the first base. Now I've had Cassie in the batter's box. And strike one against her in the third inning from Maddie Fitzpatrick. Great execution on two-seam fastball, and female batter has swung his bat too early. And that's the second strike in a row for Maddie Fitzpatrick. Let's see if she can make 3 strikeouts in a row, and that's the case. And it was a very well placed pitch in the right bottom corner of the strike zone, no chance for the female batter of the Stevens Point Porcupines. Now I've had Astrid Stanislavski. Against Maddie Fitzpatrick. Swung and the fly ball, and that got directly in the glove of a shortstop from the Boston Tiptons. So an easy out for the Boston Tiptons against her. Now we've had Marcus Little in the batter's box against Josh Wilcox. So Wilcox is still the pitcher for the Porcupines, and yeah, I would suggest that he shouldn't screw up his pitches so easy, in order that the Boston Tiptons can make easy runs, like in the second inning. And now it's time for the 1-1 pitch. Swung in the fly ball, but it got fall off to the right from Marcus Little. Now here comes the 1-2 pitch. And what a well-placed shot from Josh Wilcox in the right bottom corner of the strike zone. Let's see it here now in the replay. No chance for Marcus Little. And now I've had Arvin Hockers against Josh Wilcox. Good execution on two-seam fastball, but yeah. He's missed the strike zone by a few inches, like many times ago in the second inning, and it was another foul ball. Two more balls, and Evan Hockhauser will get the whistle for the walk. 2-0, and now Evan Hockhauser was able to hit the spot of his pitch, but it got fall off the ball to the right. Now here comes the 2-1 pitch. Ball free. Don't screw it up again so easy, Mr. Wilcox. And now it was a better pitch from him. But yeah, Arvin Hockhauser wasn't able to reach the first base. Now it's the second out from the Boston Tiptons in this inning, and one more out, and we're getting into the fourth inning. Now Josh Wilcox. Forward to the right. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. A swung on the ground ball. Let's see how far she can get with that. To take a little long. For the Porcupines, have it safe. And I meant the baseball with that, and there will be a chance for Maddie Fitzpatrick to get further than the first base, and she did it. She's now on the second base. This time he's made a better pitch. Good execution on the fastball. No chance for the batter. Now here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swung on the ground ball. And now a second out for the Boston Tiptons. And yeah, that's finally the end of the third inning. The third out for the Boston Tiptons, sorry. At the end of the third inning. And now we was heading straight to the fourth inning. And Olivia Rooney is now in the batter's box against Maddie Fitzpatrick. Here comes the delivery, and she didn't even know where the ball where the ball gets a few moments ago. Maddie Rooney, and now comes the delivery for another pitch, and that's a strike too. The second strike against her in the 4th inning. Execution on the curveball. Comes the 1-0 pitch. And yeah, this time she had swung her bat too early, and the ball cuts right into the strike zone. The first out for the Stevens Point Porcupines in the 4th inning, by the way. And now it's now Josh Wilcox's turn against Maddie Fitzpatrick. Here comes the delivery.
Fly ball is on. The shortstop tries to caught it. He didn't made it, but what an effort from him. Let's see it in the replay. The female of the Porcupines has hit the spot of the pitcher, and the shortstop has tried to caught the fly ball in the air. He didn't made it. And then due to that, the female batter of the Porcupines has made up her way on the first base.
We've had Valerie Richard. Here comes the delivery. And then she watches that fly by. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swung in the fly ball, and the ball gets dropped on the ground, and oof. And now a female batter is now on the 3rd base already, and that could be a big time opportunity to increase the lead up, to shorten up the result to 7-4, up to 4-7. And if Lacey Salinger will hit the spot of the pitch for Maddie Fitzpatrick, will be definitely the case. Here comes the delivery. And Lacey watches it fly by. She haven't even need to swing for that. 2-0. And that was a very well placed throw right in the spot where it hurts the batter, in the corners of the strike zone. Now it's time for the 2-1 pitch. A swung and the foul ball. Now the 2-2 pitch is coming up right now. It's swung and a ground ball. And the only thing to do is for the female batter of the Stevens Porcupines is to run over the last base, and she did it. 7-4 right now. Yeah, shorten up the result up to 4-7. You know, they have still a runner on the 3rd base, so could be a big time opportunity. Shorten up the result up to 7-5 if Maddie Rooney will hit the spot. Pitch from Maddie Fitzpatrick. That will come up in a few moments. And that's now. Strike 1 against Maddie Rooney. Tough one to hit for her. No execution on the FS ball. 0-1. Here comes another delivery, and She has missed right bottom corner of a strike zone. 1-1. You can say 1-1 and another strike for Maddie Fitzpatrick against her. And yeah, I must say Maddie Fitzpatrick is a very well pitcher in today's game, and yeah, this time her pitch got a little bit too low a few moments ago, and it was a second ball in a row. One more ball and Maddie Rooney will get the whistle for the walk. Yeah, and that's the case. And like I said, in the second inning, if you screw up your pitches, you will get the whistle for the walk against you as a punishment. Now I've had Aubrey Benfield in the batter's box. And she watches that fly by. Patrick has flowered too wide. Her two-seam fastball, 1-0. And now here comes the delivery for the 1-0 pitch. And the pitch cuts directly through the legs of Kirby Bowers.
That was clearly funny. And oh! What the hell? Are you kidding me with that hit? It's definitely a home run from Aubrey Benfield. The first home run for Newcomers Stevens Point Porcupines. And the only thing to do is to walk over all 4 bases alongside with your teammates. And they got it, and they're now back in the lead again with 8-7. A hit right into the crowd. I can't believe it. And now Alex Chu against Maddie Fitzpatrick. Could it be another home run? No! The ball gets bounced off the wall. But due to that great hit, she's made it on the second base. Wow.
And now the Boston Tiptons are making a substitution. Mr. Blanket is now in the pitching position instead of Maddie Fitzpatrick. And now that was a strike. His first strike in this game. Great good on a screwball. No chance for the female batter, and yeah. And for that pitch, you haven't even need to swing for it. And now one of the players has left their base, and that would be a chance for Mr. Blanket to make her out, but and yeah, he did that. And yeah, honestly, it's their own fault of the Stevens Point Porcupines if they left their base. And now I've had Astrid Stanislavski in the batter's box. And oh! And a runner from the Stevens Point Porcupines has left the base again, and Mr. Blanket was smart again and in order to use the chance again, but this time the runner from the Stevens Point Porcupines was faster than him. And I meant Mr. Blank with that, that's for sure. And now it's time for the 1-2 pitch. It's the first strikeout from Mr. Blanket. Against a fielder from the Stevens Point Porcupines, and it's and now it's halftime of the 4th inning, and now it's the turn of the Boston. It's a turn for the Boston Tiptons on the bat. Now I've had Marion Mosby in the back box against Josh Wilcox. Here comes the first delivery against him, and his first strike. Oh, 1. It was his first one was not that bad actually, but he put his next pitch more on the left side in order to reach his strike zone at least, and like that, and it was a strike against Marion Mosby. 1-2. One more strike and Marion Mosby will be out, and he fouls off the ball to the right.
And about Josh Wilcox, it seems that he had his moments where he makes some very well placed shots into the strike zone, but on the other hand he has also some moments where he screwed up his pitches over and over again. But he can improve that in his further training sessions with his team. That's for sure.
Now it's another batter in the box from the Boston Tiptons against Josh Wilcox. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. And the ball gets fouled off to the right. Yeah, the batter watches that fly by, and yeah. He has to set up the next pitch a little bit more on the right this time. And this time he has missed the right bottom corner of his strike zone. 3-1, one more ball. And the batter will get a whistle for the walk. But not with pitches like that. Because that was one of his better throws. And now, this time, the batter has hit the spots. With the pitch from Josh Wilcox, but the Stevens Porcupines were very fast. And they've made 2 players out at the same time. And that is called double play in baseball. And now the Porcupines making a substitution. Joey Rooney is now in the pitching position instead of Josh Wilcox. And yeah, I must say it was an up and down performance from Josh Wilcox. And yeah, because he has had his moments where he has made very well placed pitches right in the corners of a strike zone, and sometimes he has boot up his pitches over and over again. Now Joey Rooney. Has missed the right bottom corner of his strike zone. 3 minutes to go. One more ball, and Colin Morris will get the whistle for the walk, but he fouls off the ball to the left. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. And he fouls another ball off. 3-2 pitch is still on for Joey Rooney. And yeah, now Colin Morris fouls off the balls over and over again. But now a swing and the ground ball. But it was very close. He hasn't made it in time to reach the first base, but it was very close, and it's finally the end of the 4th inning. Porcupines are still in lead with 8-7, and they've also made a great comeback, like the Boston Tiptons in the 2nd inning. And now we will directly heading to the 5th inning, the 2nd last inning in this game, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We have Mr. Blanket in the batter's box against, I think, Maddie Rooney. And first pitch and first strike in the 5th inning from Mr. Blanket. 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch is coming up right now for Mr. Blanket. And it's a 2nd strike in a row for him against Maddie Rooney. One more strike and she will be out. But not with pitches like that. And yeah, Maddie Rooney watches that fly by. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Yeah, 2 strikes and now 2 balls in a row. Now it's time for the 2-2 pitch. One more ball and Maddie Rooney will get the whistle for the walk. So Mr. Blanket shouldn't screw this up, and I meant the next pitch with that. But Maddie Rooney fouls off the ball to the right, and now the 3-2 pitch is still on. Yeah. Yeah, and like I said 1,000 times ago, for 1,000th time, if you screw up your pitches, you will get a whistle for the walk against you as a punishment. And now Joey Rooney against Mr. Blanket. Oh, what a sweet hit from Joey Rooney. But yeah, that type of hits are not really successful, because if you do hits like that, it's easy to make you out for your opponent. And now it's Valerie Wishard's turn against Mr. Blanket. First strike against her. Good execution on a 2-seam fastball and a very placed throw in the bottom strike zone. And now a swung and a fly ball. Let's see how far she can get with that. The Porcupines have 1-1 on the 3rd base, so they can increase their lead. If the next batter from the Porcupines will hit the spot of a pitch from Mr. Blanket.
And Lacey Sullinger could be the lucky one that can brought the team another point on the scoreboard. In order to increase their lead up to 9-7.
It could be the case with that hit. Fly ball is on, but gets caught from the left fielder of the Boston Tiptons. But besides, the Stevens Point Porcupines have made their ninth run at all, and now they're up in the lead by 2 runs. And now they have still another runner on the third base, so they can make their second run in a row in order to make their 10th run in this game. And Maddie Rooney could be the lucky one. They could bring her team another run on the scoreboard. But for that pitch you haven't even need to swing for it. And now this pitch would went way too far. And yeah, it was easy to see that this ball wouldn't get in a strike zone so far. Yeah, due to that mishap from Kirby Morris, the catcher of the Boston Tiptons, the Stevens Point Porcupines have made their 10th run in this game. And yeah. And now the Boston Tiptons are struggling like the Stevens Point Porcupines in the second inning. And now they're trailed up by 3 runs, the Boston Tiptons. And yeah, Mr. Blanket has screwed up their pitches over and over again. And 2 batters from the Stevens Point Porcupines have got the whistle for the walk. And now one runner is on his first and the other one is on his second base. And now here comes the 2-1 pitch. And another ball from Mr. Blanket. One more ball and another batter will get the whistle for the walk. The ball is on, but the ball gets fouled off to the right. So the 3-2 pitch is still on for Mr. Blanket. Swung on the ground ball. And the batter hasn't made it in time to reach the first base, and now it's halftime in the 5th inning, and now it's the turn of the Boston Tiptons on the bat. And the first batter in the box would be Skippy against Parker Rooney, and Skippy watches that fly by. One-0. And now a swung and a ground ball. Let's see how far he can get with that, and yeah, he has reached the first base at least. Now I've had George Forges in the batter's box against Parker Rooney. And he watches that flyby. And now it's the first strike from Joey Rooney against him in this game. Good execution on the fastball. Tough one to hit for the batter of the Boston Tiptons. Now it's time for the 1-1 pitch. And this time he has missed the right bottom corner of the strike zone. And that is called the ball. 2-2-1 right now. Now it's the time for a 2-1 pitch. A swung and a ground ball. But it got fouled off to the left this time. And now another foul. He fouls another ball off to the left. 2-2. And another ball. And this time he has missed the right upper corner of his strike zone. And another foul ball, and now we've got foul balls over and over again. And now it would be an easy out for the Stevens Point Porcupines. And they've made their second double play in this game. Yeah, it was very close, but the Porcupines were faster than the runners from the Boston Tiptons. So one more out, and we will get directly in the last inning of this game. And now Joey Rooney against Marcus Little. And Marcus Little fouls off the ball to the right. And now Marcus Little, this time he has hit the spot of his pitch. Fly ball is on, but an easy caught for the center field of the Stevens Point Porcupines, and that's finally the end of the 5th inning. And now we are heading into the last inning of the game, the 6th inning, the deciding inning, ladies and gentlemen. And in this inning we will reveal which one of the two teams will be the winner of the first baseball game in the brand new season. On our channel USDS. Now Mr. Blankets swung and a ground ball. Let's see how far she can get with that. And not that far, because she hasn't made it in time to reach the first base. Now I've had Esvet Stanislavski against Mr. Blanket. First pitch, first strike against her in the last inning. Good execution on the knuckle curve. On the spot where it hurts the batter, in the bottom corner of the strike zone. And what a great hit from Andy, but from the female batter. But it got directly in the glove from Marcus Little. Easy caught for him. It's the second out for the Porcupines in this game. One more out. And the Boston Tiptons will have the chance to make 3 points at least in order to get an overtime, or 4 points in order to win the first game in a brand new baseball season here on YouTube. And I was swung on the ground ball, but it gets directly in the glove of the shortstop. And that were three fast outs from Boston Tiptons against the Stevens Point Porcupines. Now it's halftime of the 6th inning. Now the Boston Tiptons have it in their own hands right now. 3 runs for the overtime and 4 runs for the win. And now we've had Samantha Meeman in the batters on the mound against Arvin Hockhauser, and she's made her first strike in this game against him. And now it's time for the 0-1 pitch. And Arvin Hockhauser watched that fly by. And yeah, but it wasn't a bad execution on the cutter ball as well. But she has to place her pitches a little bit more on the right in order to get in the strike zone, but not like that few moments ago. Now 2-1 pitch is coming up, and it's the second strike against him. 1 more strike and Arvin Hockhauser will be out. Samantha Mühlmann. 2 pitch. And he falls off the ball to the right. Now Arvin Hockhauser swung in the fly ball, but it gets caught in the air from a left fielder of the Stevens Point Porcupines, and that's the first out from Porcupines against the Boston Tiptons. 2 more outs and the Porcupines will win this game. Now it's Mr. Blankett's turn against Samantha Meeman. Now a swung and a ground ball. Let's see how far he can get with that. See how far he can get with that. And he has reached the first base. Now I've had Bob in the batter's box against Samantha Meeman. Here comes the delivery. That's the first strike against him. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. A swung and a fly ball. Let's see how far he can get. And the ball got caught in the air from a left fielder. And then easy out against him. Yeah, and it was an easy out against him. Sorry. And now Marion Mosby in the batter's box against Samantha Meeman. 1 more out, and the Porcupines will win this game. It depends on the pitches from Samantha Meeman right now. If she's capable to make 3 strikes against Marion Mosby, the Porcupines will win this game. But that's not the case right now. That is not the case, because Marion Mosby has hit the spot of the pitch from Samantha Meeman, and the ball got down on the ground. And and now due to that, the Boston Tiptons have 1 runner on the third base. If Taylor will hit this spot, the Boston Tiptons will get 1 or 2 points at least. And now it depends on Tailworm. Depends on Tailworm. He needs to hit the spot from Samantha Meeman. But now Samantha Meeman has made a ball because She just didn't get the ball into the strike zone few moments ago. And now, one more strike and Tailworm will be out. Ball 3, one more call of a ball, and Tailworm will get the whistle for the walk. Depends on some ephemeral right now. And that was a very well placed throw in the right bottom corner of a strike zone. And due to that, the Stevens Point Porcupines have won their first ever game in Disney baseball. Congratulations to that. And effect. You guys will happy about that, especially the female viewers out there. Stevens Point Porcupines are a team with mostly girls in it. 15 girls and only 6 boys, and due to the victory from the Stevens Point Porcupines, the girls have showed some girl power in today's game. And about the stats, I will put the stats in one of the further videos of baseball, because it was only the first game. I hope you guys understand that. Take care and goodbye.